Hey, what's going on? I'm Ty, and despite my game room being work in progress, I've devised 9 patented rules to make sure your game room is something totally awesome. But you might be wondering why 9 rules, and it's actually a simple answer. If you take the rule of 3 and multiply it by the rule of 3, well, you get the best thing possible.
Or maybe you're too lazy to do 10.
Internal monologue?
Wouldn't 3 to the power of 3 be the best
Okay, that's enough out of you. So the first rule is to make sure that you have games for your game room. Whether it's a small collection or ideally as big a collection as possible, you want to make sure that you're completely surrounded by games, just like a hug. The second rule is to make sure that you have shelving for your games. Regardless of whether you actually have those games on the shelf or not, like myself, you want to make sure that the shelving's there so you can have everything on display at least at some point in the future. Ideally, plan to have some nice LEDs built in or even some doors, because we all know dusting is a huge pain and we're all lazy. The third rule here is to make sure that you have some collectibles and ideally some collector's editions. Regardless of whether it's a small little collection or you have some really rare items here, you want to make sure that anyone walking into your game room knows how dedicated you are to both gaming and collecting. And if they're not a gamer, you want to make sure they're as awkward as possible by as many statues, figures, and little collectibles that you have. Also, you want to make sure you've wasted as much money as possible on all these collectibles. That way, you know you're a gamer. Our fourth rule goes without saying, but you gotta have as many consoles hooked up to your TV or TVs as possible. Whether it's a bunch of new systems hooked up to your 4K flat screen TV, or it's a ton of retro systems hooked up to your old CRT. Ideally, anything that makes it look like a fire hazard and risks burning the entire place down when you power something on is the way you want to go. Now, don't forget to have a second TV around for, the odd chance that you get a friend. It's not the case right now, but one day I'm sure we'll all get friends again. Our next rule here is to make sure that you have demo discs for as many systems, whether it's a old school demo disc for your Xbox or PlayStation, or even a bunch of demo discs for PC. The idea here is to have small little bites of as many games as possible, because let's be real, you don't have time to play everything. You just need to make sure you can talk a little bit about every single game that's out there, because if you don't have an opinion, then you aren't a gamer. So rule number 6 is that you want to make sure you have a workout area of some sort in your game room. It's really important to make sure that if someone comes down and catches you gaming, you can always use the excuse that you're just taking a break. Alright, our second last rule here is to make sure that you have a bar cart. As we all know, well, our bodies can't handle drinking Mountain Dew anymore. And those Doritos have not been kind over the years. So have yourself a nice brown liquor ready, that way you can have a lot of fun a lot quicker. Alright, so our last rule here is to make sure, rule number 9, that you have some sort of bed or mattress tucked away. We all know those late night gaming sessions can get super exhausting, and who wants to climb stairs or walk down the hallway when you can just grab a handy blanket and tuck yourself in. Alright, so that was my 9 rules to make your game room totally awesome. Let me know down below if there's anything I missed, or maybe you've got some other rules. I'm super excited to show this off once it gets fully finished. It's going to be quite a while because obviously it's kind of work in progress, but let me know down below if there's anything I missed, and make sure that you subscribe if you like what you saw, and as always, I'll see you next Games Tuesday.